Hello, hello. We're just waiting for one more feed to come on. Check out my little mug. My daughter made my smoothie in today. I just had to use it. I just had to share with you guys. Pretty neat, isn't it? There's a backside to it too. Anyway, so good morning. Good morning. Always nice to see everyone here. Let me just adjust this camera here. It's a little bit high. There we go. Yeah, so yesterday's motivation morning was about, waking up and having a choice, right? Choice to make the world a better place or really do nothing at all. Well, it's easy to think about it, but it's much, much more difficult to do, right? We all have been through that. Is we want to make a change, but it's where do we start or what can I do to make a difference? We get bombarded with more negative news and then we get, see things, natural disasters, we get conflicts and more. And that really kind of gets us all depressed and not feeling like we want to make that we can make a difference. So over the past 6 months, at least over the last 6 months, and I'm sure you guys have felt it even longer than that, is I've been alarmed at the prices of everything going up. Right, the biggest one most people are complaining about recently are the gas prices. Right, a few months ago, here in on the west coast, we've had gas as high as 2.36 per liter. So I was speaking with my friends in the US and they were complaining that, it was high when it got to around $6 a gallon. And when I mentioned that, ours is liters, this is gallons, so we have to times our by about four, is that's over $9 a gallon. And when they heard that, they couldn't believe it. And they asked if people are actually, dumping their cars. Are they selling their cars or just leaving them in the garage? Or how are they actually getting around? Because they couldn't fathom what $9 a gallon would actually be. And especially for people that drive for a living, like people that drive big trucks and semis, their bills were outrageous. So it was actually cheaper for to consider using Uber or Lyft when you needed to, like one of those car share programs. And a discussion about what is causing it or who is really in control of all these price fluctuations. We're never going to come to the conclusion, right? We're never going to know what drives what, but and also, when the bank is paying out interest of less than around 2%, for putting our money in the bank, and then inflation is being 2% here, and inflation is 7%, 9% in the U.S., and people are clamoring, right? They're clamoring to try to make any kind of gains, trying to just get one foot up on everything. And cost of living over the last few years, or at least I think in 2021, jumped up 13%. 13%. So what does this all mean? Well, it means that even with our usual 2% raise that we get from our work, it's not even enough to account for inflation, right? And it's just not enough. It's not even close. And Kevin Brady said inflation destroys savings, impedes planning, and discourages investment. That means less productivity and a lower standard of living. So that was from Kevin Brady. And he says inflation destroys savings, impedes planning, and discourages investment. And that means less productivity and a lower standard of living. So what are people doing, right? What are people doing to earn more and to kind of keep afloat? Well, if you've prepared for this, and this is preparation for years, right? It's not something that we prepared for a month ago or two. This is something that if you created an emergency fund, good for you, right? And sadly, a lot of people, right? A lot of people are dipping into their reserves that was not really big to begin with, right? It wasn't a big nest egg that they were dipping into or an emergency fund. So take on another job, right? That's been the typical option in the past, and it's worked. But guess what? You're going to get taxed more, right? And since you're working more, you're going to have less time to spend with your family. And because you're working more, you're probably sleeping less. Your stress level goes up. Your health is probably going to suffer as well. So are there any options? Well, there are many options. A lot of people that I see these days, they're considering or have taken up a side gig. Totally, they've taken up a side gig because I didn't know this, but just recently I found out that over 50% of the businesses are starting businesses are based out of the house, right? Home-based businesses, and then they grew from there. Think of Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. They both started in the basement and the garage of a house, right? And so this is becoming much more enticing as workers are getting frustrated with the commute. the uncertainty that they're facing, um, and they know that they can do more, right? People have this inner burning desire that I think most people know that they can serve more, they can do more, they can bring out more of their potential. And people are tired, right? They're tired of leaving their future into other people's hands and really relying on a paycheck that may not be there next week. So people want to be productive and not lower their standard of living by fighting with the rising cost of living, as I mentioned earlier. So you can't deny it, right? We're going up against some scary times. So whether or not you have that entrepreneurial bug in you or you have an idea to share, I know you want to do better. I know you want to do better. I know you don't want to have any kind of ceiling on your future and on moving forward. And if you haven't been contemplating something but just don't know how or where to begin or have tons of questions, I'd love to hear your vision. I'd love to hear your vision and shoot me a message, and I'd love to chat with you. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tap that heart and leave a like to catch these morning motivations, or at least little chats that I come out with every morning. And you can watch the replays on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So again, don't forget to comment, like, and follow. I love to see everyone tuning in from all over the world. And don't forget to be better, be bigger, and be that change that people are looking for. So again, take care, and I will see you again soon. Enjoy your day.